Alex.
Yes.
Overreaction Monday. I don't know what you got coming at me, but this is going to be a lot of fun to do. You're just going to throw a lot of, I think, pretty bold, strong statements at me from what we've seen over the past week for this first episode, over the past few days of the first part of the season. And I'm going to say whether it's an overreaction or not an overreaction.
I love a good overreaction.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's get things started. Our first Overreaction Monday. The Red Sox and Orioles will be the craziest ending all season.
This game. So first I guess I should explain it in case you didn't watch it. The Orioles were winning this game handily. And then the Red Sox end up like crawling back and back and back. And then they get to the point where they have the tying run at the plate. And then they get to the point where they have the winning run at the plate. Alas, the game appears to come to an end with Masataka Yoshida pop up to left field. Mm-hmm. Left fielder gets there, camps under it, and clanks it. 2 outs, 9th inning to end the game. And this wasn't a tough, he was camped under it and just dropped the baseball.
It was in, out? It hit kind of maybe part of his hand.
It was bad.
It's like top 10 worst plays is when you see something like that happen.
So when that happens, you almost know.
There was a feeling. You just know. It was done.
And Adam Duvall came up to the plate, who has been one of the hottest players in baseball to start the year, and he hits a walk-off home run, and I was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
You feel so bad for that left fielder.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what an ending. Now, okay, answer the question. Is it going to be the craziest ending of the entire season? I'll say that's an overreaction.
All right.
It's baseball. We're going to get some crazy, crazy stuff. But man, what an ending that was. Overreaction. Not going to be the craziest all year, but definitely crazy.
All right, our second one for Overreaction Monday. Anthony Volpe will lead the American League in stolen bases.
First 3 games of his career, 3 stolen bases. I'm going to say this is an overreaction, but this is tough because honestly, nobody knows what we're going to see this year in the stolen base category because of these new rules. 60 could be the new norm for the fast players. We don't know. Who knows how many bases? But I know from the first 2 games of the year, Jorge Mateo had 4 stolen bases. There's a bunch of guys with Corbin Carroll stole 3 stolen bases in the Sunday game against the Dodgers. MVP CC is what I've branded him. Seriously.
Okay.
I'm the driver of the bandwagon, as you know, and I just came up with his nickname and have just started tweeting it. And people are like, "What?" People are probably like, "What the hell is wrong with Ben?" MVP CC. It's got a ring to it, right?
MVP CC.
Maybe not
CC's
this.
my nickname.
Maybe I'm talking about you. I'm not. I'm talking
You're not.
about
You're
Corbin
definitely
Carroll.
not. But
maybe not MVP in this first year. But again, 3 stolen bases in that game. There's just a lot of guys that will steal a ton of bases. I think it's an overreaction that he'll lead the league. Jorge Mateo with 4 through the first 2 games. I played against Jorge Mateo, Alex, and he is, without a doubt, the fastest player that I have ever played against. And I've played against guys that are I've played against some of the fastest guys in the country when I was in college and in high school, the fastest guy from the state of Virginia. This guy, Jorge Mateo's speed is on another level. He legitimately floated, and he is the fastest guy I've ever seen. So, yeah, I'm going to say overreaction.
Okay. Well, here's a little fun fact. Anthony Volpe became just the 5th player since 1901 to steal a base in each of his first 3 MLB games.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's off to a pretty good start. All right. Ready for our third Overreaction Monday. The Blue Jays pitching staff is in trouble.
This one's tricky because the pitching staff, the starting pitching is not. So for that reason, this is an overreaction. I do worry about their middle relief pitching, bridging the gap from the starters to Jordan Romano, but the starters got lit up against the Cardinals. But I have the Blue Jays winning the AL East, and a big reason why is their starting pitching. So through the first 3 games of the year, I'm not going to overreact and change my entire stance on that. Alek Manoah, wasn't great in his debut. I think he will be better. Kevin Gausman, Chris Bassett, same thing. Those guys will be good. I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about the staff. It's an overreaction that the Blue Jays pitching is in trouble.
All right. Well, let's move over to the National League. Okay?
Okay.
Our fourth one. Trayce Thompson will be an all-star. Yeah.
Well, that's an overreaction. Trayce Thompson hit 3 homers in a game on, what was it, Saturday?
Saturday.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, Trayce Thompson has had a great start to the year. Grand slam, 3 homers. But is he an all-star? No. No, he's not.
Gotta believe, Ben.
I believe in a lot of things. And I would love for him to be an all-star. I root very hard for guys. But it's not going to happen.
Okay. I'll fight about that later. Let's move on to our next Overreaction Monday. The Phillies will miss the playoffs.
I'm going to say this is not an overreaction.
Ooh.
There is serious concern here. Now, obviously, you have Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola at the top of the rotation, but after that, the pitching really, really is not good. Now, by me saying this is not an overreaction, I'm not saying like today the Phillies are going to – I'm saying they're going to miss the playoffs. No, I'm not saying that. But I do think it's your question being – I don't think it's an overreaction. I think there's some real jeopardy here.
Yeah.
If there's a team in the National League that was slated to make the playoffs, right? Dodgers, Padres, winner of the NL Central, Braves, Mets. Phillies are the most concerning there that they don't. Obviously a very good offense, but I mean against the Phillies pitching staff that's not like elite after Jacob deGrom, like they just the offense, they're gonna put up runs, right? But their pitching is going to give up a ton of runs. There's a legitimate chance they score the most runs in the league and give up the most runs in the league.
Yeah.
That's not a good recipe.
No.
I do have concerns about this Phillies team. Great, they have co-aces, right? But after that, really, really falls off. And then you have a bullpen with Craig Kimbrell, who got lit up in his first outing. Sir Anthony Dominguez, who got lit up. He gave up six runs without getting an out. Struggles. So I'm going to say that's not an overreaction. The Phillies are in jeopardy of not being a playoff team.
All right, our final Overreaction Monday. Okay. Flaherty's line will not be matched.
No, that's not an overreaction.
Yeah?
Jack Flaherty's line, I don't think that's going to be matched this year. Let's talk about it. 5 innings pitched, he went. 0 hits. 5 innings. No hits. No runs. 7 walks. 1 hit batter. 4 Ks. 95 pitches. We're not going to see a pitcher go 5 innings with no hits and 7 walks. I just don't think we're going to see it. That was a wild outing. And to be honest with you, what it reminded me of was my first ever college start as a freshman.
Okay.
I was mostly relieving my freshman year. Got my first start on the mound at Elon, is where it was. My line, 4 2/3. Okay. 4 2/3. 7 walks. No hits. 0 hits given up.
Okay.
3 hit by pitches.
Oof.
2 strikeouts. I came out of the game with the bases loaded, right? Hadn't given up a hit yet. But I'm probably around like 100 pitches at that point.
Yeah.
Come out of the game with the bases loaded, no runs allowed, no hits, and the very next batter hits a grand slam. All of my runs cashed in. We end up losing the game. I get a loss. So without giving up a hit, I gave up 3 earned runs and got the loss. Tough. That's what it reminded me of.
Brutal.
Luckily, he got through that 5th inning, which would have been the key for me. Just get through the 5th.
Yeah.
He did it, but he didn't give up a hit. Walked 7 guys, hit a batter. That is not an overreaction. Flaherty's line will not be matched.
All right. I dig. So 2 out of our 6 were not overreactions.
All right.
That's not bad. Not bad. With a small sample size, a weekend sample size that we have for
I think
for opening week.
Most of the time we do this, the statements probably are going to be overreactions, right?
Yeah.
But some of these weren't.
All right.
Some of these weren't.
Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin' Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.